Now that I have the door slammed so that my roommates can sleep, hopefully I will be able to record this late night video and tell them, trying to think of a generous theme for them, but the far left anti-Messianic Wikipedia dominators a little something about, first of all, anti-Messianicism, and second, about revisionist history. So let me put it this way. First of all, nobody is proselytizing to you. If you look up proselytizing in Webster's Dictionary, which we will go ahead and do right now for your benefit, let's go to Webster.com here in case you would like to follow along. And we'll look up proselytize just so you, I know I'm treating some of you like a kid, but some of you act like children, even worse than children. So let's look at the definitions for proselytize. To induce someone to convert to one's faith, to recruit someone to join one's party, institution, or cause. Now let's look at the definition for kids. Proselytize at wordcentral.com. To talk someone into changing religious faith. To try to get new people to join one's cause or group. And let's look at, hang on, it's got an ad there, I apologize for that. Now let's look at proselytize for English language learners. Proselytize. To try to persuade people to join a religion, cause, or group. And if you look at, going back here to, let's look up the word induce, for example. Induce. To move by persuasion or influence. To call forth or bring about by influence or stimulation. Effect, cause. To cause the formation of. To produce by induction. To determine by induction, specifically to infer from particulars. And let's look at what induction means. The act or process of inducting. Okay, there's that. And we could go on and on and on. But the point is, we don't cause people to become Messianic. We do not force people to become Messianic. We put our faith out there, we share it, and then we let the person make his or her decision. We do not force anyone to become Messianic. And my great-great-grandparents were proselytized by the pogromists. So when you say, oh, you Messianic Jews proselytize, you are insulting what the pogromists, you are insulting what the victims of the pogromists and the inquisitioners and the other people who were victims of anti-Semitic persecution went through. And you are insulting their descendants like me, who, by the grace of God, did become Messianic, despite what the pogromists and the inquisitors and all the other anti-Semitic people did in the name of Jesus and Messianic Judaism, aka Christianity. And I'd like to say something too. For the Wikipedia people who like to call David Duke a Christian, say that any criticism of the Talmud is anti-Semitic, like to say that people like Sergei Levitsky and Eugen Kogon were not Jewish, you are doing more than being a revisionist historian. You are stripping people of their Jewishness, and you are virtually accusing them of either being apostates or anti-Semitic. In the case of the apostates, you're accusing those like Nehemiah Gordon of being an apostate and anti-Semitic, because he's criticized the Talmud several times. and I did source them on Wikipedia, but that little edit was, hey, taken out because, oh, it was apparently not neutral or whatever it was, the site in Nehemiah Gordon, because, hey, even though he's another Jewish source who apparently attacks the Talmud, it's not keeping with, hey, the Wikipedia definition of what is a neutral point of view. And then also in terms of Sergei Levitsky and Eugen Kogon, I'm sorry, you don't have to like that they were Levites, and in the case of Eugen Kogon, a Cohen. And also in the case of Robert Nozick, he was given, or his dad was given the name Cohen for a reason, not just arbitrarily. And it even says, and I don't like to use the word rabbinical, but I'm going to use it because that's what the article said. Actually, the article that was the source for the Wikipedia article, it said he was given the, if you will, the so-called rabbinical name of Cohen. And so, what you Wikipedia people are doing, of course, is not only anti-Messianic, it's revisionist, and perhaps it is anti-Semitic. And also as far as calling the Nazis far right. The Nazis were national socialists, not national libertarians, not national conservatives, not national whatever else, socialists. And the only reason that the Nazis hated the communists is because they hated a competing leftist ideology. And leftism and rightism, at least on the extremes, can really have some, if you will, intra-political fights. Notice I said intra, not inter. And so, in terms of the Nazis, it's not that the Nazis were, as the Wikipedians like to say, to the right, or that the communists were to the left. It's that both the Nazis and the communists were to the left, and that the Nazis just hated competing ideologies. So, as I said, to the revisionists on Wikipedia and to the anti-Messianics, get your act together and get a grip.